Hey guys, we are back with another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the San Francisco Giants. I am sitting in a hotel room at the moment, middle Wisconsin, and I want to get another video recorded. So we are at the end of the regular season. You can hear my voice. There's been a lot of talking over the last couple of days, so my body is still getting used to this new schedule. But we are 162. We finished. From a record perspective, it wasn't as good as last season was, but I think ultimately, it's fine, right? We won the division by 16 games. Had some really great performances, and I think we're set up in pretty good shape as we look for a three-peat. We are without James Wood. He sprained his ankle or something. He's out for 3 weeks. We lose him for really probably the rest of the regular season / postseason. But he had a good year for us. I mean, it was okay. 2 WAR, 107 OPS plus. Decent enough in the outfield. I mean, he was fine for what we paid him. No real complaints about it. Offensively, Wyatt Langford was just absolutely on fire the last couple months of the season. Look at his splits. He had 439 in August with 13 home runs. He gave us 3.1 WAR in the month of August alone. I had all those concerns about his contract. My guess is he probably opts out now. His time with us has been successful. He gave us 3.5 WAR last year. Gave us 6.7 WAR this year. He was the National League batting champion of the league in slugging. OPS hit 40 home runs. My guess is he probably opts out of his deal. If he does, that's fine. It'll free up $30 million for us. Frank Cuevas, or Jet Williams, his third straight season of at least 6.3 WAR for us. Obviously well worth the money that we're paying him. Stole another 30 bases, led the National League in walks and OBP. Frank Cuevas had a really good year as our third baseman, back-to-back 5 WAR seasons, 32 home runs. RBI's down a little bit, but overall a really good year. Royce Lewis continues to plug away for us, 4.3 WAR, another 20 home runs. He's been great. Devin Lammers followed up his rookie campaign with a 140 OPS plus and nearly 4 WAR, 20 home runs, 80 RBIs. Billy Mercer, we paid him the minimum to give us 25 and 100 and hit 300. Kevin Roberts, I have no complaints about what we got out of Roberts. Only hit 224, but gave us a 99 OPS plus, 14 home runs, and played really good out in center field. So I am fine with that. Koulibaly, the average ended up light, $198, but 1.5 WAR because of how good he is defensively. Manzardo ended up, fine. Not going to complain about a 110 OPS, 23 homers, 100 RBIs. That's really what we were getting out of Shawnuel, right? He's only making 13, and 13. We'll see what we'll do with him in the offseason. If Langford opts out, we'll have plenty of money either way. But Hanaway with another decent season once he came back from injury, hit 250. Bailey didn't hit for us at all, 148. But again, as a defensive infield, as a backup middle infielder, I'm fine with it. Sherrill was he was okay. Forced into injury once, or forced into more playing time once Wood got hurt. But ultimately, he's not great defensively. He's probably a left fielder. Might actually be somebody we look to trade in the offseason. I'm hoping the AI kind of values that profile. We'll see. That's about it. From an offensive perspective, it was another great season. Pitching, same thing. Kyle Harrison threw a no-hitter not too long ago. You can see right here on August 31st, 9-0 no-hitter against the Cardinals. Finished with 18 wins, another 4.5 WAR, another 260 strikeouts. 3,000 strikeouts, not out of the realm of possibility if he can stay healthy. Yamamoto only 12 wins, but another good year. Excuse me. I'm curious what his ARB number is going to look like. It says 48. We'll see. I don't know that I want to pay him that much. He may be a casualty in the offseason, believe it or not. We'll see. A lot of it's going to depend on Manzardo, honestly, and what he does. Bobby Staley had a good season. His ratings have dipped. You can see he's down to a 55 overall. I'm glad I didn't sign that long-term deal. I mean, he's still willing to talk about. No, he wants even less. Huh. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me take that. You will. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. 5 years, 51 million. Yep, I'm okay with that. I mean, if he can give us this line, 13 and 11, that'll work. Shamel Burgess was okay. He's fine. His ratings are going the other direction. They're going up, and we have him locked down for a long term as well, 7 years. So that's a good contract there. Contreras was really good with us, 3-3. Didn't strike many batters out, but only get 28 hits in 45 innings. Then our bullpen was fine. I mean, Hartman, little one, 12 games, but was a negative WAR pitcher. It's weird. 118 ERA plus the FIP was a bit high. That's probably what is accounting for a lot of that. But Walker was really good. Halling, once we moved him to the bullpen, was quite good. 2.2 ERA. Pronto, once we called him up, he was really good. Give us a sub-2 ERA. You like the 26 K to walk ratio. He walked 1 in 23 innings, struck out 26. Yeah, he was a good pickup. Furness pitched a little bit, but he's probably in the rotation next season. So, good year for us. Really good year for us. I'm pleased with how things went. We still have some young guys that are coming up as well. Next year, we might be looking at Esteban Barrera. If we can get just a little more development from him in the offseason, he's good enough defensively to play left or right with that arm. He was great with the bat in the minor leagues. We need to see a little bit more development from him offensively. Eric Fennell is probably a year away. He'll start in AA, finish in AAA. He'll be up the year after that. How's Harrington doing once we called him up? Better. I mean, the bats he's hitting, he's pitching pretty well. Yeah, I mean, the offense continues to dip. I don't know what he's going to end up as, and now he's fragile, but we'll see. Seeing Tien, we called him up to high A. He's doing all right. So yeah, we've got some players that are on the right path. As Alexis Flores did not play well in A-ball, so maybe we were a little too aggressive with his call-up. So yeah, things are going pretty well for us. So it's time to get to, I guess, our next game, right? So standings, we finished with best record in baseball. Langford, you can see Wyatt Langford, batting average, on base. My guess is he probably opts out, which is fine. Jet Williams, third in WAR. Harrison tied for second in wins. So overall, a solid season. I guess we can go here because we don't know who we're playing yet, and we'll just sort of wait. Oops, what do we got? Bobby Staley signed his contract. Okay, so it's a 5-year, $51 million contract. I'll take it. Last year's a player option, but that's fine. I will take that contract for sure. We're going to have to set our playoff roster here in a moment. We're taking on Austin. Okay, so James Wood suffers a setback. Anybody on our roster, or that's eligible for our playoff roster who should be on it. Yeah, Adone should be on it. Furnace will come off. Adone will go on. Yeah, I think we're good. So we go to pitching, and I think we're going to take Burgess out and go Harrison, Yamamoto, Staley, and Contreras. And run Burgess as a middle reliever here through the playoffs. So we've got Austin. Standings. Austin. 87 and 75. This is the old Senators, by the way. That's for those of you just checking in now. You've got Jesus Luzardo, whose ratings have finally started to dip at age 35. That's not the right guy. I think this is the last year of his contract, right? Yep. But good career for Jesus Luzardo. League scope, Major League. 128 wins, 40 WAR, threw over 2,000 innings, 2,200 strikeouts. Yeah, it's good career for him. Good career for him for sure. So they're going to go Luis De Leon in game 1, Seminaris, who we faced last year with the Mets, and then Odilio Celic, I guess. Offensively, they've still got some pretty impressive talent in Dylan Cruz, Brady House, CJ Abrams, David Moreno batting leadoff. 35 home runs out of your starting second baseman. You'll take that. So this is not going to be a pushover series for sure. And we're going to go ahead and start Simmons. So game 1, De Leon against Kyle Harrison. We went 8-5. Excuse me. Cuevas 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Mercer with a home run. Cuevas with a home run. Harrison goes 7 1/3. And it's enough to get the victory. Luzardo goes in game 2 against Yamamoto. We win that one as well, 1-0. We score a run on the bottom of the second. Royce Lewis with an RBI single. Yamamoto gives us 8. So Seminaris against Staley in game 3. Players retired from AAA. That is fine. They beat us 5-3. Cuevas with a home run. Lewis with a home run. Staley gives up 5 in 5. So Contreras, we win 3-1. Cuevas is the series MVP. We win 8-2. It's an easy victory. Cuevas goes 0 for 5, but wins the MVP because he gets 385. Manzardo 3 for 5, 2 home runs in game 4. Hanaway with a couple of hits. Contreras gives us 6 shutout. And we win. So we will move on to the NLCS, where we will take on who? The Braves. Okay. Standings 88 and 74. Acosta, Javier Schwellenbach, and Taj Bradley. They get a good pitching staff. Acosta's really good. Wow. League minimum 7.5 WAR. That's impressive. Offensively, still strong in the middle. Marco Luciano, still trucking along at 32. What's his career looked like? I mean, in the end, it's not been terrible. 32 home runs, 27 last season. Yeah, he's had a decent career. Acuna, Steve Barton, Orelvis Martinez, who's somebody I tried to trade for this year, but I couldn't get him. So they got a good offense. They got Matt Olson still plugging along, batting 9th. 39 years old. He's going to come up shy of 3,000 hits. He's 1 homer away from 600. I hope he comes back next season. I'd hate for him to finish at 599. All right, so it'll be Acosta versus Harrison in game 1. We win 1-0, or we win 3-2. We take a 1-0 series lead. Cuevas with a 2-run double. Harrison goes 6, outduels Acosta. If we go to a 7th game, I'm probably not playing the games out. I want to try to bank a couple of videos here, so you guys will just have to watch alongside. I don't want this video to turn into another 2-hour video like last postseason / off season. So I apologize for that. But when I am home and I'm recording, I have a little bit more time. Just on the road, I don't really have as much time as I used to. So Javier and Yamamoto, we take a 2-0 series lead, a 3-0 shutout. Joe Williams, 3 hits. Yamamoto goes 5 1/3. All right, so game 3, Bobby Staley against Taj Bradley. Oh, Bobby Staley against Spencer Schwellenbach. We lose 4-3 in 10. Lammers with his first home run. Staley didn't pitch badly. Walker blew the save. I mean, you get what you want. You get Walker out there in a closeout situation. You expect him to get it done. Contreras against Bradley. Series is tied at 2. We lose 6-5 again with a walk-off. Again, Walker blows the save. All right, well, you don't worry about your closer, who's been as good as anybody else in the league. So you just keep going. Acosta and Harrison, we are up 3-2. Harrison bounces back for us, 6 1/3, 1 run. Manzardo with a home run. Langford has 3 hits. We look to finish the series in game 6 behind Yamamoto. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's come out here. And we do. So we win the series in 6. 2 RBIs for Lammers. Yamamoto gives up 2 earned runs in 7 2/3. Walker bounces back nicely. You like that 2-inning save out of Walker. Playoff MVP Wyatt Langford was 8 for 22 in the series, and we go to yet another World Series as we look for our 3rd straight, taking on the Texas Rangers. Wyatt Langford against his former team. The Rangers were 96 and 66. Best offense in the American League. Pretty good pitching staff. Good bullpen. Yeah, they're starting their rotations. That's not very good. How do they have injuries? Yeah, I mean, Liberatore was hurt. Oh, yeah, they got a lot of injuries. McClanahan, Silseth, PPO. Is it Peapot? Peapot? I don't even know how to say it. I should, but I don't. Liberatore, yes, they got a lot of injuries, but that offense is special. So let's see. Let's see if we can get to our 3rd straight, a three-peat, if you will. Kyle Harrison goes in game 1, and we win 1-0. We win 7-1. Bobby Hanaway with a 3-run homer. Kyle Harrison, 8 1/3, strikes out 14. Cantorino against Bobby Staley in game 2. We win 5-1 and have a 2-0 series lead. Hanaway with another home run, looking to be the MVP of the series. Staley, 7 innings, 1 run. Game 3 will be Yamamoto against Case Williams. It's a 3-0 lead. 5-1 victory. Lewis, 3 hits and an RBI. Yamamoto gives up 1 unearned run in 7 1/3, and we look for the sweep behind Efrain Contreras. And we don't get it. They beat us 3-1 in game 4. Okay, 3-5. I'll take it. And we're going to go to Kyle Harrison tomorrow. But before we do that, we are going to go to... Oh, no, what's going on here? He's day-to-day. It's fine. You can fight through it. International amateurs. Let's start with pitchers. Make sure we have nobody who is... I mean, he looks so... Looks all right. I mean, we'll invite him. Yeah, we'll invite him too. I don't like going after kids that are already fragile, but, 2 players have been added, so we go to batters now. And if I sound low energy, I'm just trying to be a little bit quiet, given that I am in a hotel. Juan Orozco with the jacked up nickname, low work ethic, but 90 potential power shortstop. Yes, sir. I like Borrego. He's probably a second baseman rather than a shortstop, but I like him anyway. He looks okay. Good power out of a catcher. Decent Fielding ratings. Meh. I like looking at center fielders, shortstops, and catchers. That's kind of where my eyes gravitate towards when I'm looking at international signings. I think we'll invite him as well, and it's gonna be about it. I don't think. Oh, you're gonna make me go back and then go back in, aren't you? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a 5, right? I wasn't looking at anybody else. We'll put Borrego in there. All right, so we'll do that. Invite to training. Come here, run practice. All right. So let's hopefully finish up the playoffs here. We're up 3-1. Kyle Harrison on the mound, and there is our third straight World Series championship. We have three-peated. We are a dynasty, whatever you want to call it. And Devin Lammers look at the top two players here in batting average for us during that postseason. Both giant developed prospects, Devin Lammers, Bobby Hanaway, and we are 3-time World Series champions. So we're going to keep on going. We're going to keep on trucking here with the Giants, and we'll go until you guys tell me to stop. I was thinking about what the next series would be, and usually what I do is I do a series where I pick up right from here with an expansion franchise. So I might do that. I might run 2 different worlds, like, save, create a different save in the same world with an expansion team and run 2 series at once, kind of see how they go. But yeah, if you guys are interested in me running a second, I don't want to commit to a second Let's Play just because I don't have time. But if you would rather me move on from the Giants, since we've proven everything we can prove, and I'm going to keep going here just because we keep winning. But yeah, if you'd rather me keep going here, or this is where I will keep going unless you guys tell me otherwise. This is ultimately what I'm trying to say. So that wasn't coming out in a clear manner at all. So, all right, we win the World Series for a 3rd straight season. Let's see what we see. He executed his contract. Okay. I guess it's not a surprise. Kyle Harrison, on the other hand, avoided his contract. Team budget around $250 million. Ozzy Albies, it's fine. Contract extended. All right, so we need to. Okay, so we need to figure out a way to bring Kyle Harrison back. So let's go here. Do this, and do this, and do that. So now we need to come in here, and I'm surprised he opted in, but now we need to see if anybody will take him. Okay, somebody will take him. I think we are going to have to move him. I'd rather bring Harrison back, truth be told. Yeah, I don't want to pay. I think, are we good just going straight up? Well, let's do it this way. I don't know why I had it on starting pitchers. Ball is 33. That doesn't really help. Fernando Cruz, Kevin. What happens if we get rid of veterans? Another catcher. Former 1st-round pick. Yeah, this doesn't need to be all that deep here, right? We're just trying to move the contract, so we just need to find somebody and just move the contract. So I think we'll move him for Guan Sam Kim, just because he's a captain. He's got the high work ethic. Excuse me, middle infielder. Improves our money by $37 million. So this hurts a bit. But Wyatt Langford, frankly, we need a really, really good last season. I can't see him replicating this going forward. And at $140-ish million over the next 4 years, I think we just pull the trigger. Yep, fans aren't going to like it, but after 3 World Series titles in a row, I think I would have learned to. I think I would have gained some goodwill from the fans, and we are still at 96 fan interest, so there absolutely is goodwill still. Hang on just a second. I'll send a quick email because I'm working from this hotel. I'm kind of doing everything on one PC, so I'm sending emails and recording this video on the same computer. All right. We're going to bump ticket prices again. I think 3-time World Series champions justifies that. And I got to shut that off now and close that. All right. All right. So now we can go to not amateurs. We can go to arbitration. Let's talk to Kyle. I can't give him 7 years. I just can't do it. But I'm happy to give you. Do 435. He wants 5. Well, he wants a lot of money. Okay. Can we do? What can we do? Can we do something like this? Can I do 35? 45, 40, and 35. He wants that 5th year. Okay. All right, so we'll give him the 5th year. So we'll do 35 here, 45 here, 40, 37.5, and 35. He's got to take that, right? Okay. It's a lot of money, but I think you got to pay to keep some of these players, right? The ones who doesn't want much at all. Yeah, it's a fair deal. You got to keep, sometimes you got to overpay. You got to overpay a little bit to bring back players who deserve it, frankly. All right, Yamamoto. Okay. So what do we want to do here? I feel like, and I was just staring at the screen, not talking. I feel like if we can get half the pitcher for half the money, like I would trade him for Lesko if I could get San Diego to retain a portion of the contract. I mean, what does he want for an extension? Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid. We're not giving him that kind of money. Cole Young. I mean, Cole Young is pretty damn good, but what do we got here? He's actually a reliever. Okay. What if we do this? Excuse me. Paralysis. 17 and 17, yeah. It's tough because we're not re-signing him. We're just simply not re-signing Yamamoto. Obviously, he's extremely popular. Is there another pitcher that we can get? First things first. Let's handle the low hanging fruit. Let's take care of arbitration. So Cisneros wants 3.9. Can we sign him to a 3-year deal for like 3.5? Not 35. No. What about a 3-year deal for 3.5, 4.5, and 4? No. He wants that one. He wants the ARB number. Okay. So 3.9. So 1 year, that should be 3.8. All right. That's fine. Hauling at 3.2 is an absolute. 3.1. Nope. 3.15. Yep. Okay. Christian Little at 3.4 should be 3.250. Excuse me. Joe Walker, that number's finally. Let's do Bailey first. It's 2.2, so we'll do 2.1 to be our backup middle infielder. And then Walker, I mean, he's worth it, right? I mean, is he though? I hate paying big money to relievers. You know that. So let's sim ahead a day and let's see what we can get. Can we go reliever for reliever? Like we can get someone like Josh Knight, who maybe isn't quite as good as Walker. 55. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. 55. I think that's fake growth. I don't see there being actual growth. But even if he's 60, 60, 50, we get someone like Josh Knight who's 60, 55, 45. Could be technically as a starter, started in Worcester. It's not a bad option. Just here, Buckley, he's not far off. Mike Jones isn't bad. Bears out for 7 months. I'll pass. Cervantes, no. Lasso looks okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's go here. Let's do this a different way. Wood looks pretty good. We're 7 prospect in baseball. We've got 3 pitchers who fall in that. Greaves looks good. I'm going to see maybe if I can move Yamamoto and retain to get a pitcher. Maybe. That might be a way we can do this. Yeah, the Cleveland wouldn't do that. There'd be no reason for them to. What about Navarro? What about Joe Martin? If I give you Joe Martin and send you Yamamoto. No. Yeah, I have a feeling this is what we're going to see. Maybe. Oh, he's vetoing. Okay. Not that they would accept that deal anyway, but all right. So we know San Diego will give us. Where am I going here? We know San Diego will give us Dylan Lesko. Lesko's making, 20 this year, 20 next, 23, 23. It's not a great deal. Retain 10%, which is another 2.3. What do we have for upcoming free agents? Out of curiosity. Some good offensive players. Jackson Chorio. Yeah, again, he's similar to last year. He's wrecked. Riley Green. He's wrecked. We're at that point in the sim where everybody is wrecked. Starting pitching. Yeah, Harrison. Bayo. Hunter Green is available. So there are some pitching options. So I think... Can we get a bullpen arm too? Can we get Juan Clark? I cannot be serious. It's fragile. I like the power though, especially against righties. No, I'm not giving anything else. I want more from them if I can help it. Doesn't look like they're going to give up. I mean, this is a tough deal. But I think it's one that we have to make because we're not going to re-sign Yamamoto. This gives us Lesko for this year and next at about $20 million. So we'll have Harrison, Burgess, Lesko, Staley, and then maybe somebody like Furnace or if there's a free agent we want to sign. So I think we're going to do this. This is a huge deal. We're trading for Mito Yamamoto. 5 years with us, 28 WAR. He was really, really good, incredibly durable, made 32 starts every season, pitched at least 180 innings, struck out over 204 times. And in return, we're going to be getting Dylan Lesko, who's not quite the pitcher that Yamamoto was, but a couple of really good seasons in there, 3-4 WAR, still just 30 years old, and we got him for 2 seasons. So we're going to go ahead and make that deal. Again, fans aren't going to like it, but we bring in Lesko. We still at a 96 fan interest. We are, so we're not far off. So we have Lesko now on our roster. All right. A couple of huge deals right off the bat, clearing off $70 million in arbitration numbers. I think we'll bring Walker back for one more season. I think $5 million is a good number, given what he's done. Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll just start simming. James Wood back as well. A lot of players signing deals. So Harrison does sign that contract, huge contract. 5 years, $192 million, 35 this year, 45 next season. But that means we probably have him locked up to the end of his career, which is really what needed to happen. Outside shot at 200 wins, 3,000 strikeouts is on the table. So Cisneros signs, Holling signs. And I'm going to pause here for a second while I answer a couple text messages. I'm just going to keep simming up to Gold Glove. So hang tight. All right. Gold Gloves in the AL. Let's see him there. In the National League, we win at second, and that is it. Reliever of the year goes to Andres Munoz in the NL and Joe Walker in the NL. No surprise, we bring him back at $5 million. Platinum Stick, Silver Slugger, whatever you want to call it. There are your American League winners in the National League. We win at left field, and that's it. Rookie of the Year in the AL, Mike Venden. And in the National League, Joe Barry. We didn't have anybody on the list. Manager of the Year should go to us yet again. It does. Cy Young. Oh, we must be hitting a new month. Gilberto Navarro wins it for Kansas City, and then Steve Rangel in the National League, 19-2. That is fine. Harrison finishes second. We also get Yamamoto on there, who's now a member of the Padres and the most valuable player. And it's our first MVP, and we traded him. So we traded our MVP, the National League MVP, and we traded somebody who finished in the top 10 in Cy Young voting. Wyatt Langford had just an amazing season, but he's now a member of the Minnesota Twins. There's Frank Cuevas. What do we have for money now that we signed all those contracts? We still have $50 million. All right, so we're in good shape. Hopefully there's an international stud that we can get to replace Yamamoto. So arbitration. How long have I been going for? 40 minutes. Yeah, we're still okay. All right, what do we got for internationals? So far, nothing of note. Oops. Nothing of note. Okay. Fumito Yamamoto. So San Diego traded for him and then didn't offer him arbitration. So they literally just got rid of Lesko's contract. This game is weird sometimes. Hunter Green. Yeah, all of a sudden he wants $25 million. He was woefully underpaid, so I don't blame him. All right, so what do we look like? Pitching staff-wise, we go to a 5-man rotation. We've got Burgess. That's right, we still have Contreras. I forgot about that. It was this year and last. So we still have Efrain, Contreras on our roster. Yeah, our rotation is fine. Our rotation is fine. We still have Furness kind of in the back, as a fallback along with Halling. Anybody we want to call up? Barrera, like I said, I don't think he's there yet. He might be come spring training, but he's not yet. And I forgot to do it again. Damn it. Development lab. All right. We got anybody on the big league roster that we need developing? Yes. Shamel Burgess. What do we want to develop with Shamel? Can we have durability? Strength and conditioning? See if we can limit the potential injuries. We're going to go Bobby Staley as well. Work on the pitch movement. We're going to go Frank Cuevas. Let's use this as our defensive slot. See if we can get Cuevas to improve at third base defensively. We'll put Cheryl in there next time around as well. Lammers. Yeah, let's work on contact with Lammers. I'd like to use Pastrana. I don't know that he's ever going to develop, but the ratings are there. Furness, let's work on movement. And then is there a prospect that we want to focus on a little bit maybe? We can work on our prospect defense here. Padilla. Yeah, we need to get Padilla. And let's work on plate discipline with David Padilla. All right, so what do we have for money? $55 million. We have plenty of money and nothing to do with it. From a lineup perspective, essentially we need somebody to replace the bat of Langford, which is not easy to do, but it is easy to do when you have $55 million. So if we look at free agents, batters, batting potential, batting ratings, I guess. All right, so Riley Green, who wants $20 million, and he would be owed a comp pick, or we can just go Jackson Chorio, which I think is the answer. He doesn't need a comp pick. He wants $24 million. Let's do 4 years at 25. Okay. 4 years, $100 million for Jackson Chorio. Oh, man, he hasn't played. He has not played more than 75 games in a season in 5 years. This feels really risky. Feels really, really risky. Knee tendonitis, back tightness, elbow tendonitis, knee sprain. Yeah, I mean, fractured hand. Ooh. I mean, 3 WAR in half a season. If he can stay healthy. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to offer him 4 years at $100 million and see what we can do. I mean, defensively, he is just elite. Have his ratings dropped at all recently? Not really. Not really. All right, we're going to stick with him. See how he does. All right. I mean, the funny thing would be to bring Yamamoto back, right? That would be the funny option. Who's this? Freelander Baroa. It's $1.9 million. My mouse just died. So I'm going to have to pause, guys, and I'm going to have to change the battery. So I'm going to save the game. I will pause the recording, and I'll be back in a sec. All right. We are back. I had to literally shut my computer off and reboot everything. So take a second to get things up and going here. All right. So we were looking at free agent pitchers and whether or not we wanted to make a move there. I mean, I think we're okay. I mean, I wouldn't be against adding another pitcher, but I mean, I think we're in okay shape. Let's just make sure we don't need anything from an offensive perspective, especially if we sign Chorio, because we just slot him in that number 2 spot. I don't think there's a bat out there that's better than Manzardo for what we're going to pay. I don't think there's a bat out there better than Wood for what we're going to pay. I think we're okay there. Bailey is our backup middle infielder. Roberts would become essentially a 4th outfielder, so maybe we do think about moving Cheryl. So what can we do if we do something like this? If we do Cheryl and all these notifications that I'm in a hotel. I know I'm in a hotel. Pastrana. I don't want to move Pastrana. I like him. He may never turn into anything, but I like him. What if we do that? So we get some prospects. We've already seen. He's not bad. Still a ways away, but Gallardo's not bad. Bonilla, injured. We got a couple of 30-year-olds. Our old friend Josh Hartle. What kind of career did he end up having? It was all right. And he had a good 2032, really good 2032. Rojas making 20 million, Snelling making 10 and is injured. Josh Holtz from the Yankees. Now that's intriguing. Yeah, that's an intriguing arm. I'm going to see if I can do that without giving up Walker potentially, though. Nothing really else there. All right, let's talk to the Yankees. How about Josh Holt? Remove Walker. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking now. So we can trade Wood, which gives us another $15 million. We signed Chorio. We have him and Roberts in the outfield. And now all of a sudden our outfield defense is electric again. And then maybe we can get them to throw something back our direction as well. So if we do that, do we bring Tristan Cassius back? No trade clause for Tristan. Okay, you do you. It's pretty good. Fabian is wrecked. I mean, when's his contract expire? I mean, it's not terrible. Gives up a lot of home runs. I don't think that's necessary. Not seeing anything. I mean, yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. I mean, we do that. Like, I'm not trading any of those players as part of this deal. I mean, can we do this instead? No. Arias making $44 million. Ortez making 11. He's got, 4 years left? Yeah, and that's not an unreasonable contract. Can't have Staley. Can't have any of these guys, frankly. What do I throw back? Furnace. What does that say? Keep in mind, Furnace is what? Currently training. Oh, that's interesting that it tells you that. All right, so, I mean, that gets us right there. So, I mean, I can... Here, you want this guy, and then I can take Furnace out. Doesn't change it. All right. If we add Furnace, take out Alvarado. What if we add in Chris? Ooh. Yeah, some of these guys are just bad. Like, I don't care about half these players. What if I did that instead? No. Okay, so is he better than Furnace? $55, $50, $55, $50, $55, $50. Potentially he's better. They're the same age. He still has potential. Yeah, I think Holt is better, right? So essentially we are upgrading from Furnace to Holt, and then upgrading Cheryl and Wood to Tada, Seiji Tada. And then we just have to throw in this guy. Yeah, I kind of like this. Gives us another pitcher for the long term. He was okay last year. But especially if we can sign Chorio, I think that makes us better offensively and defensively. And then we got that guy in AAA as well, who is not far off. Barrera, who is likely to be as good, if not better, than Cheryl anyway. So, yeah, can we get them to retain? Oh, wow. Okay, so you won't retain anything. Can we get... You got a bullpen arm you want to give us? Steve Bowles claimed on waivers. Yuri Perez make a lot of money, right? Yeah, $20 million. I think a bad bullpen. Number 26 prospect in baseball. Give me him. No? Okay. Figured I'd ask. He's a captain making $26 million. He's an extreme ground ball guy. He's fragile. All right, I'm just going to do this. So Cheryl, Wood, Furnace, and Zedner for Holt and Tada. It's a pretty big deal, but gives us our financials actually drop, but I think our pitching gets better. Wood was fine, but he's fragile. And yeah, we'll make that deal. So we pick up another couple pitchers. So I think our pitching staff is now totally fine, to the point where we actually have too many starters. So we're going to have to figure out what that looks like, but I'm not worried about that right now. So our pitching staff is fine. From a lineup perspective, Roberts is going to play every day this year. Against righties, he's not particularly good, but I'm not worried about it. What do we need? Let's just clear the lineup. Let's go here. So we got Hanaway, Mercer, Williams, Lewis, Cuevas, Lewis. Our starting left fielder right now is Lammers. Roberts will be our starting right fielder when it's all said and done. We'll have Chorio at center, Manzardo as our DH. Then we've got Koulibaly as our backup our backup catcher, Bailey as our backup infielder, and Pastrana as just another guy. And then so it looks like we're going to need another outfielder, which is fine. We have enough money to do that. We can probably get somebody fairly cheap. So let's sim ahead here. Now we got to go here first and here, and then do this. Run practice. And of course it does that. So we're going to sim up to the winter meeting, see if we can lock down Chorio. And I do want to make sure we have a fourth outfielder who's essentially a 3A in case we're dealing with an injury from Chorio at some point. Still no messages, huh? Interesting. Thought for sure we would have gotten something from Chorio, but yeah, it's still looking at us. All right, so trade block. Weatherholt's truly an infielder, right? Can he play the outfield? I mean, he can. What would you want for Weatherholt? Burgess, Cuevas, Mercer. 3 players that you're not getting. Wouldn't mind sticking Weatherholt to top of the order in left field against righties. Maria doesn't change it at all. Sherman, Austin, Barrera, no. Andrade, and Hammerio. Ooh, maybe this. Is this where we give up Walker? Oh, wow, we could almost do it straight up. Interesting. Interesting. It's just 1 year left, right? All right, what else we got on the block? I mean, that's a possibility, for sure. For sure. Jackson Merrill. What's he making? 23. Jordan Walker's making 38. $10.5. I think Weatherholt might be that option. Weatherholt might be that guy. He's not great in the outfield, but he's passable. He's an everyday player against righties. He's passable against lefties, so he could play in left field against righties so that we don't have to lean on Roberts. But is trading Walker the answer? I don't know that it is. Flip Holt. Pronto, Staley, Tata, Walker. No, okay. Prospects. Got so many prospects, and I don't know how many of them are going to truly come through for us. Let's go ahead and disable this promotion. Harrington, Koulibaly. Do we have a catcher still that's high up, that's good defensively, that you guys might want? You want Bobby Huff, who's now 27? Huff doesn't change it at all. Oh, no. Here, you can have Schobel. What if I remove Huff? Okay, we're there. We are there. All right, so I'll give you Ezekiel Duran. Can I remove Harrington? I can. Can I remove Holt? I can't. Okay. But that's, I think, okay. I think it's okay. What about Little? No. Little actually makes it worse. So we're going to go ahead and flip Josh Holt. So we're going to send Josh Holt and then a couple of minor league veterans to the Guardians. We'll get J.J. Weatherholt in. And that will be our... I mean, he'll be listed as set him as a left fielder. So, yeah, so I think this is what our lineup will look like. So he'll be in left field. Lammers will be in right. He's passable in right. And then Chorio will be in center. And then against lefties, it'll be Chorio, Lammers, or Weatherholt, and Kevin Roberts. I think that works. We also have to look at the 40-man now because we've got a lot of players that are going to need to be added here shortly. Anybody of note? Or are we okay? We might be okay. Oh, Harrington's got to go on the 40-man. So does Henry. We'll lose them both. We'll also lose Flores, so I'm going to have to kick somebody else off the 40. Del Medico. Sure. No. Yeah, Del Medico, we can kick off the 40. We got to get Flores on there. I think we're good from a 40-man perspective. So I think we can go to the Rule 5. Damn it. $4 years at 30. Okay. don't know how much higher I can go than that, but okay. Especially for somebody who's always injured, but we'll see. We will see. So let's do this. 35, 35, 30, and 30. Because he's not, I doubt he vests. I doubt that's going to vest. I mean, if it does, then I'm fine with it. But I doubt that'll vest. We got to go back into international amateurs now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go back to pitchers and go 1, 2. All right. Yeah, I doubt it vests. He's either going to play well and it will vest and we won't have any problems with it, or he'll be hurt and it won't vest and we'll have to pay out 3 years and that won't be ideal, but we'll manage. Oh, come on. Come on. This is as much as I'm going to go. I'm not going a penny higher than this. If somebody offers him more, then that is that. It's just the way it's got to be, I think. Cool. So Cuevas improved his defense yet again. So we can go into development lab. Oh, that's right. We traded somebody who was on the in the development lab. So we should have gone back in and changed that, but we didn't. Nope. Let's do it this way. Roberts, Pronto, Hanaway, Pastrana, Mercer, Cuevas. Prospects. Where is Mr. Barrera? Improve his defense up and right. And then Piercy. Right, he was our guy from last year. And then Flores. Let's see if he'll improve his defense. God, that's a lot of money for Chourio. Oh, it's a lot of money for Chourio. When we signed him. It's a 4-year, $150 million contract, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, we have got to pull somebody off the 40-man. Okay. Sam Irwin, I think. Yeah. Designate for assignment. Chourio up. And we'll get to the Rule 5 quickly. I don't think we're going to take anybody. We can't add anybody else to the 40-man. So, all right, Colorado claimed him. It's fine. And I think we're going to pause, or we're going to end the video after the Rule 5, and I'll come back next video and we'll take a look at who we signed in international amateurs and whatnot. So I don't want this to be a 2-hour video. So it did look like Barrera got better, which is huge. Means he might be on the team next year. Cobb still has a ways to go. Fennel still has a ways to go. Yeah, and we'll take a look at the minor league systems once we get to the next episode as well. So let's just jump into the Rule 5. Oh, boy. I mean, he's way off. He's a top 100 prospect, but maybe I can, if he's there, I can draft him and then trade him. So we lose Bryce Matthews. That's fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to draft him and then try to trade him. Top 100 prospect. Carson Wiggins, we can DFA. So yeah, I apologize for not a lot of energy here. Like I said, I'm just trying to be quiet because I'm in a hotel. So we'll take Josh Cosgrove. Fans are leery of that. I guess he's a douche. Yeah, all right. So that's fine. We'll end up trading him, so it won't be a huge problem. But let's go ahead and complete the draft. And that will be that. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. We are 3-time defending champions now. Some big, big changes in the offseason. Team's going to look very different next season. Jackson Chorrio, JJ Weatherholt are in, and out are Wyatt Langford and Fumito Yamamoto. We also bring in Dylan Lesko, Seiji Tada. So we've got, still got Harrison, who we signed long term at the top of our rotation. So we're going to look different next season as we look for 4 in a row. Thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.